Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Golgothan, and welcome back to another episode of KSP Career. In this episode I'm going to do moon science. No goofing around, no trying to do things that are too out of the way or anything like that. We are going to do... Wait, we don't have ladders, do we? Oh, we can't do moon science yet. Okay, or we can do... Well, I guess we could do moon science. We don't need ladders for moon science. Alright, so let's go back. Pod. I should do the other one. Okay. Pod. Science. Bam. Okay. Mystery goo. And this can be the only returning piece to this whole thing. And that'll be okay. I'll put a flight computer on it because I like to have my flight information, assuming that it works. Bam. Yes, no Delta V. That would make sense, wouldn't it? So now, utility. Put some parachutes on here. Bam. I like to do that. Set these guys at 1,000. And this guy on top. Set him. Well, he should be 1,000. No, this one needs to be 5,000. There we go. Now let's go a little bit lower because I don't want it to rip us apart. So we'll do 2,500. Okay. So that will be our final return vehicle. Put some batteries on it because I guess that was a problem last time. Oops. Don't want it covering up my logo. There, we'll do it like that. Okay, looks a little ridiculous, but that's okay. And I'll put little landing legs on here. Oh, I can't really. I could do it like this. Just so that when it lands, I can make it like it'll look legit. So if I do 4, does that look okay? It does, okay. I can even bring them up a little bit like that. That looks cool, because then when I extend them, plenty of room. Now, I'm gonna put that right underneath there. So that if something does happen and I do land, something else will take the brunt of the impact. Okay, now, decoupler. We need our moon stuff. Okay, that is our moon lander. Bam. Then, don't know if I need anything else on this part. Okay, now we do another decoupler. Bam. I sure wish I had fuel lines, but I believe we will definitely get them after going to the moon. So we'll do 4 of these guys and 1 of those. Max thrust. Oops. There. Okay, Delta V is looking good. Now we'll put boosters on. 6 boosters. Here. How does this do for Delta V? Now if I do this. There and that. That's better. There we go. This will go with that. This there actually lowers the Delta V. So I'll put that there. Increases the Delta V. I'm going to put another reaction wheel. Actually, I'm going to put it, if I can put it under the end, or between the engine. wonder if that's one being way up here and one being way down there, if that'll help with the differential. Right, now we'll put some winglets on here, right at the bottom. Bam. Strut everything together. I don't have struts, okay. Well, that worries me a little bit, but I feel like we'll be okay. I did not know I didn't have struts, so wish me luck. 7,000 Delta V, I believe that'll be enough. Don't really want to put anything. I thought about putting thrusters on here, but I don't think that'll be good because of the no struts thing. So let's try to do some moon science. Moon science. Save and put that there. Save and launch. Okay. So we'll have plenty of Delta V to get into the atmosphere, or out of the atmosphere. It's about being able to have enough to get to the moon and back. Should have actually looked that up. Kerbal Space Program, Delta V chart. To the moon. Looks like we might be able to do it. I'm always worried, but I always end up having enough. And go. Working like a charm so far. This reminds me of the good old days when I first started playing this game. I never would have built something so perfect. I mean to toot my own horn, but this is a really beautiful rocket for this stage of the game. And I believe I will have no issues getting to the moon. Just see how high that we get up there on these outer booster rockets. Hoping we can reach our our gravity turn. I think we're gonna get right about to that point. Throttling back though, that's helpful. It's gonna help us burn a lot less fuel. Oh yeah, we're gonna be past our gravity turn before I even have to use that middle tank. I want to make sure the turn is done before I run out of fuel, so I want to make the turn now. Full throttle as we burn up the rest of the fuel in these booster tanks. We get ready to launch to start up our center engine. Wow, what if we made it to orbit just on these outer tanks? We're gonna have no problems getting to the moon and back. Yeah. Love watching them flip away like that. And we are staying perfectly on track. I think having this reaction wheel down here is extremely helpful. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments, I guess, if I'm wrong about that. But I feel like, just like RCS thrusters, having a well-balanced reaction wheels is very helpful. Alright, lengthen out our orbit. I mean, look how reactive this is. Minimal wobble. For a vessel this long, it's pretty good. I'll have to keep that in mind when I build future vessels. I could have started lengthening my orbit a little early, but I think we'll be okay. We're not even halfway through, we're about a quarter of the way through this fuel. Stage only. Yeah. Plus, of course, it makes the periapsis burning a lot easier in the long run. Lengthening the orbit as early as possible. You can see how long it's becoming. That's why I love having Flight Engineer, because I can just use this for my gauge point of apoapsis and whatnot. So I'm only going to pull us into a relatively low orbit, 75. Doesn't need to be excessively high, and I want to save as much fuel as possible. Alright, we're below half now. Apoapsis is out of the atmosphere. Which tells you we got 2 minutes till our apoapsis, and it's only 20 kilometers above us. Okay, there we go. It's a little higher than I had originally planned, but that's okay. We got Jebediah in the cockpit. We'll let this take us out of the atmosphere and closer to our apoapsis. Oh, I can now do it this way. Weightless. Well, we're not entirely weightless. Okay, just get it up over. And good enough. Alright, where are you, Moon? There you are, you're over there. Perfect, we're gonna be able to burn at the periapsis, the best point to burn from. Okay, let's see how close we can get. How much delta V are we using? 800 delta V, that's a lot of delta V. Get that down to 10. Oh man, that's bad. Don't want to do that. There we go. Vessel. So I have just under the delta V needed to make it to the moon. I don't want to do another flyby, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to have to use my next tank's fuel. Okay. To round out this burn, I am going to have to use the fuel of my next stage, which I was hoping to get the full transfer out of this, and perhaps even the circularization out of this, but we'll see how much fuel we end up having here. I feel like I should have made this a couple more tanks, maybe another small tank like this one down here. But I always second guess it. I'm always second guessing my ship designs. Okay. Lined up for our burn. And I just gotta burn all of this fuel. And then just a smidge of the next fuel. So I gotta stay in this view, because I can't stage in the map view. There's our there's our destination over there, moon. Need to get this science so we can go get asteroids. I looked at the map and I saw some. I'll show you them later. But we have nowhere near the science to even get near them. Alright, and How is that? Okay, so we are... There we go. Just push that. There we go. Bam. Add for sphere of influence change. As we leave carbon behind. Sadly, we are leaving debris in space that's going to be very hard to deorbit, but once we have better science, we can deorbit anything. Farewell, Kerbin. I will see you. Where's the moon? Gonna be coming up. There it is. Hello, man. Got plenty of fuel in this stage right now. I don't know how much burning it's gonna take. Got electricity, which is good. As I learned in the last video, electricity is important. Alright, so let's crunch the numbers. 100 delta V. No big deal. Bring it down. Bring it down. 200 delta V, still not a big deal. There. I'm good with that. I am glad that I did burn a little bit. Oops. With the vessel previously. This stage of the vessel previously. Because that way the delta V is calculated properly here. If I had just decoupled and then just plan this burn, it wouldn't tell me how many seconds or anything like that, of course. Close. Okay. So now we just wait till about T-minus 13 seconds. We got our nice, beautiful moon view here as we're coming over on the sunrise on the moon. And burn. Pull ourselves into orbit. It's all about bringing that apoapsis down. I'll watch it over here. There. Boom! Alright, and our fuel. Amazing. I'm gonna do that and it's gonna look ridiculous because, well, look at that. Derp. Now we work on landing. Now we pick a landing site. A nice clean spot. I think. We should just wait till about right here. And then kill off to about that point right there. Now I'm gonna wait till more like here. I want to be on the light side of the moon. And I want to kill off most of the horizontal velocity. Alright, now we work on landing. Just time warp a little bit till we get to our burn point. Alright, I'm going to raise legs. Because this just looks ridiculous. There we go. Okay. We should get a good amount of science for landing on the moon, collecting science, and returning from the moon. T-minus 9 seconds, we'll begin our burn. Watching that clock. Burn. Oh yeah, that's, you know you're landing when the camera does that. Okay, I will take that as my burn. You know what? I never saved it, so F5, quick save now. Might be a little late, but now I can at least, if something goes wrong in the landing, I can load this quick save and redo the landing. Now we ride this down to about 5,000 meters. Okay. Kill that horizontal velocity. Looks a little fast, but we're slowing down pretty good here now. There we go. Keep the thrust up high enough that it is slowing us down. But we are still falling straight down is the hope. Nice, relatively flat spot to land. Throttle up just a smidge more. There. Now I want to sit just like this. This is perfect. Drag that over here a little bit. Let me fall just a smidge faster. Looks like it might be a slight inclination, but not anything significant. Throttle up. Should be the final burn. Bring it down. This is perfect. Boom. Look at that landing. Haha! Alright. Time to do some science, so let's do materials bay first. Oh, 100 science. Keep that data. What about you, Mystery Goo? 40. Keep you. Crew report. 220. Keep you. Almost said 200. Alright, EVA Jebediah. Okay, he's down here. Plant our flag, of course. Our first flag planting in this save file. Ba-blam! Flag planted. Yeah. First manned moon landing. Jeb was here. Perfect landing. Alright. Surface sample. We're at 120 science. Keep data. EVA report. 32 science. Alright, that is all the science we can get right now. So now we shall return. And board. Okay. So I just need to point us at the 90. And go. Up a little, and then 90, and then right horizontal. Just gotta get that apoapsis up. Apoapsis is actually high enough that I could theoretically stop it there, but I want to get it up to above 10. I'm a little worried about the flight home. Might have to rely on a little bit of aero braking, but that'll be okay. Can't time warp. Okay, there's a little time warping. Just get to our apoapsis and circularize enough. Gonna have to use a few tricks to get us back safely, I believe. I'll have to crunch the numbers, while crunching the numbers through engineer and the, what are they called? What are these things called? Maneuver nodes, there we go. So because I have 354 Delta V left. So what I might need to do, which is no big deal, is aero braking, which is just gonna help quite a bit if we need it. So let's get this. Just need to get the periapsis up. There, okay. So we need to burn this way. How much Delta V is that? 199. 210. 247. Okay, 285 is too much. Oh, there we go. I need to burn like that. There we go. 60 is in the atmosphere, but not enough to really aero brake. But oh my goodness, look how perfect this burn has to be. Just take it down to 14 is going to be landing. Want to use... Okay, that is amazing. See what I tell you? I always worry, and it always ends up working out anyway. I think we can just burn up all of our fuel. I think I built a pretty perfect vessel. If I do that, okay. So now we orbit as we are about to leave our mooner location. The alarm is set for the burn. Head to the dock side where we make our burn. Oh, I guess I should explain. Well, I'll make the burn and then I'll explain the science behind why this burn is so cheap and efficient. Alright, let me just get to the burn like I said. And I think I'm just going to burn up all this fuel. I'm going to watch it from the map, and if something happens that makes me think otherwise, well, we'll see what happens. Make sure everything stays lined up correctly. That is a landing trajectory right there. I do have a little bit of tiny bit of fuel left. There. Fuel is gone. And that is a landing trajectory. Okay, so the science behind what I just did. I came in and landed on the moon, and as you can see, the moon orbits this way. So the burn that I made here pushes me this way. So I'm moving in the opposite direction of the moon. The moon's orbit around Kerbin is helping me deplete my orbit on the moon and become more influenced by Kerbin. So I burn opposite the direction that the moon is moving, thus making the burn much more efficient. And I was going to aero brake, but with how perfect my fuel was, I decided just to burn it all up, and that puts me into the landing trajectory. So I'm going to point retrograde real quick. Whoop. And I'm actually going to get rid of this hunk of engine here, because we don't need it. And now I just want to I want to go to it and see if it's still gonna. Yep. So this will land on the moon or on Earth as well. Safe distance away from us. All right. So let's time warp. Let's say goodbye to the moon as we time warp away from it. Farewell, moon. All cratery. So you have no atmosphere to burn up the little asteroids and meteorites. Farewell, moon. Alright, now we are in the Kerbal sphere of influence. Where are you, Kerbal? There you are. Now we make our way to you. Is there a... Sphere of influence change isn't really it. Wish there was like an altitude thing. Oh well. We'll just have to keep an eye on it, because if we time warp too fast, it will absolutely crash into the surface of Kerbal, because it doesn't like us like that. Alright, here we go. This is a good speed to come in at. Oh, come on, not the dark side. Of course, the dark side. And I don't know if we are going to land on land or not. It looks like that's all water underneath us. So unless we make it to all the way to this continent, we are going to land in the water. Landing legs. Time warp us through the burn. Get rid of that. I am at 1 times time warp. Don't have a normal altimeter in here. Radar altitude, but that's it. Okay, so let's do that again so I can see that. Let's deploy parachutes. Pew. So this one should deploy pretty quickly. And it looks like we will land on land, so that's nice. And top parachute, which will hopefully not tear us apart. Oh, I thought I had it at, maybe I have it at 2,000. That could be. And these guys at 500. Don't tear us asunder. Awesome. So I have that one go first to keep us vertical. If you remember from that one Kerbal Science video where we did not do something like that, and we flipped upside down and landed on the South Pole upside down. So I'm going to watch the altimeter while I do some physical time warp here. You can see nothing. But at 500 is when our next parachutes deploy, I believe. I will stop at 1,000 as well, just in case. I guess I can do it this way too. Surface. And I can also right click on these and see what it says. 1,000, I was right, so just take it down to 1,000 and then I can time warp us to the ground. Come on, 1,000. We're falling so slow. And parachutes, come on. 200 more meters. It's like 20 seconds. Oh nice, impact time, 14 seconds. That's pretty cool. And parachutes. Now. There we go. Okay, now I will time warp us down. Watch the impact time. The terrain altitude. Jebediah is ready to return with all of the science, which we will use to get so many things. So many things. Do do do. And this is definitely wrong. It's definitely not 7 seconds, because I'm at 4 times time warp, and it's taking, unless it's 7 seconds and 4 times time warp, which it's not. Just take it down. Okay, now we will do our landing. Oh, it's a little angly, but with our little landing legs, we should be fine. And like I said, if this touches the ground, no big deal. Huzzah! We win! Recover that vessel. Oh, so much science we're gonna get. I can't wait to see. 342 science earned on that mission. Alright. So let's see what we can unlock. So, is this struts? Give me those struts, please. Does this give me bigger fuel tanks? Yes, please. It's also bigger fuel tanks. I have 200 more science to spend. I can get 2 more things. So I choose... Oh, solar panels are good. As are thermometers and ladders. Advanced construction. That's pretty good stuff. Fuel lines. Oh, fuel lines. Okay, we definitely need fuel lines. I think this one. We'll wait on the solar panels for later. We'll do this guy. How much is this? 160. Oh, I could get this too, but oh, look at all the science things. But I want the fuel tanks. Or the fuel ducts, I'm sorry. Fuel lines. Research. Blam. Alright. Cool. So now we've got struts here. And launch stabilizers. The radial decouplers that stick out. We got the big fuel tanks. Radial engines, which I don't really ever use. What else did we get? We got the thermometer, so we can do more science. Ladder. This mobile processing lab, which we will not use for a long time. If we ever use it, really. RCS, which is good for docking, but we don't have docking ports. Those, I believe, come later. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, and now I'm going to show you one last thing before I end this video. I'm going to show you how the asteroids show up. So, we'll look out here. Here, we got the tracking center. We got 7 unknown objects. So if I zoom out... Oh, where are they? Earlier when I looked at them, they were like over here. Oh. Well, I guess never mind then, because they appear to have disappeared. But there were asteroids up over in this area when I started, right before I started recording. And you have to track them, and then you have to rendezvous with them as they come through near Kerbin. I believe they hit the sphere of influence of Kerbin, and then they bounce off. There they go off. But yeah, you have to you can rendezvous with them, and there's the grabbing thing, which I don't know where that is in the tree. But and slow them down, bring them into an orbit, land them, whatever you need to do science on them. I believe you can do. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please click like down below. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see other videos like it. I am Golgothan. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.